Good morning, Thierry here at the Traveling Kitchen, formerly the Two Rooster Farm. This morning I've decided to make a recipe, and I'm surprised I haven't made it sooner. We went to my daughter's place in Vancouver before we left to come down to Mexico, and she made Greek food, and she knows that I love Greek food. Anyways, it's a chicken, sort of like a shawarma. I don't know, maybe it's not shawarma, but it's a grilled and marinated chicken thigh recipe that she served with Greek salad and just a bunch of other like pickled onions, and it was just absolutely fabulous. So I made sure that I got the recipe from her. It's from a book called Cook This Book by Molly Bass. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. But anyways, it was everything in it was spectacular. So I'm looking forward to. But of course, I'm looked in my kitchen this morning and I don't have all the ingredients. I'm gonna go on my bike just a few minutes away, and I'm gonna purchase some chicken, and I'm gonna stop by the tortilla and get some corn tortilla or some dough to make some corn tortillas. We don't have pita bread down here. It's not something that's really popular, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just make some corn tortillas and we can use that instead. So here I go, I'm on my way. A little overcast today, but the weather is still really, really warm and beautiful. Little chicken. Area that people raise goats in, that's just on our street. vegetables.
Ya me va a llegar más, me va a llegar leche y mañana ya más mucha.
Mira, teníamos un pedido de una lobera.
So they didn't have feta, so I'm gonna probably go over across to the little shop over there. It's called Tunco, I think it's Tunco 2, and I'm gonna hopefully get my chicken and my feta cheese. Hola.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. ¿Tiene pollo muslos?
Thanks.
Sí. Is it
Very well.
frozen or?
No, fresh.
No? Oh, fresh. Awesome. Maybe 1 or 2 kilos?
Yes. 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
¿Tiene feta? ¿Tiene feta? Feta cheese? Queso de feta? No?
Not today.
No?
Blue cheese,
¿Qué es esta? What is
black
it?
cheese, fresh. Fresh cheese.
That's fresh?
Yes.
Okay.
You want taste?
Sure. Sí.
Long from.
Sí, awesome.
Okay, give it.
Yeah. Oh, gracias. Okay. Sí,
Hola.
okay.
No.
Oh, hi. How are you? This is the best. This is where we come all the time. Yeah. Very good. Would highly recommend you. Cool.
How many want of thighs? 2 kilos or
Yeah.
only thighs or with legs?
No legs.
No legs, okay.
No legs.
Marcos, ven ahí, ven.
Gracias.
So, 1, 2, 3. 123.
Okay, means it's 260 pesos change. Thank you very
Gracias.
much. Have a nice day.
Buen día. Hola. Maíz? Get maíz? Dough? We have the maíz. Is it in a dough? Is it made? Yes, like that? Oh, okay. 20 peso? 20 peso? Gracias. We are home. So all in all, a pretty good bang for your buck down here. This cost about 280 pesos, about 300 pesos. And so equivalent at about $21 in Canadian. So that's pretty damn fine. And even got some hot dogs for a treat for my doggies. So ideally for this recipe, you want some chicken thighs. That's what it calls for, because you're gonna have it in small pieces that you're marinated, and you're gonna put it into tacos and things like that. So that's not what he had. He basically had a whole chicken. and usually when you go to the butcher shop, you have to go fairly early because they do sell out. But anyway, so I've got these great big pieces of chicken thigh that I am gonna attempt to try and take the bone out. And so I'm gonna get started with that. Well, I can do a lot of things. Deboning chicken is not one of them. Do yourself a favor and buy thighs, chicken thighs that are already deboned. Anyways, I'm gonna carry on. I do have some in here, but it's taken me a long time, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of waste. But anyways, I'm gonna carry on. Okay, here's a quick scan of some of the ingredients you're gonna need. You're gonna need a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of cumin, which is comino molido in Spanish. Canela molida, is cinnamon. We're going to need a tablespoon of that, tablespoon of paprika, 2.5 teaspoons of, I got salt, I'm using a Himalayan salt, 3/4 of a cup of plain yogurt. I've got some Greek yogurt here, juice of 1 lemon, 4 cloves of garlic, and 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So we're gonna mix that all into our chopped up chicken thighs. And you wanna leave it, if you're gonna cook it right away, you wanna leave it marinating for at least 30 minutes. If not, you can actually put it in the fridge marinating for 6 hours, and that's probably better. It probably adds more flavor to the chicken. And then of course, if you're gonna put it in the fridge for some time, you need to take it out and put it on the counter for about 30 minutes before you start to cook it. So I'm gonna get prepared here. I'm gonna juice my lemon, and I'm gonna mince my garlic here. Okay, here we go. You can't see me, but that doesn't really matter. Here we are, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That aside. Tablespoon of cumin. Tablespoon of cinnamon. Tablespoon of paprika. 2.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm using Himalayan salt. Cayenne. 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. I only have a key lime kind of juicer here, so I'm just gonna use that quickly, and just the juice of 1 lemon. It's gonna take a little while here. I saw the bigger juicers at the market the other day, and I guess I should maybe pick one up. It'll be a lot easier to do this. And I learned this trick the other day. I always thought that when you put your limes in, you would put them this way because it's kind of the shape of what the lime, but that is incorrect. The proper way to actually put a lime in there is to put it up with the skin up. It's supposed to be, you don't squirt juice all over yourself, but I think it would work with the lime because it's a little bit smaller. There you go. I brought this from home. It's a garlic press, which I use a lot in my recipes. But the garlic press that I bought down here was not good. But this one, I think I got it on Amazon. I think I paid over $40 with it, but oh my God, it's the best $40 I ever spent. It's so easy to mince garlic. So that's 4 cloves of garlic. Should get all that good stuff here. And last but not least, 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. I should have a spoon. All right, and there we go. And I'm just gonna give it a mix and combine everything, and then I'm gonna stick it in the fridge because I'm not gonna cook till later. The boys are out fishing right now. Marcus's son Kyle is here for a couple of weeks, and we have a good friend Brent who's here. So hopefully they bring some fish home, but I thought I would prep dinner. We can maybe eat the fish another time. That's if they catch them. There we go, it's all combined, and then I'm just gonna stick it in the fridge until later on. Okay, so, and I'm also going to prep a little dip or condiment that we can put on the chicken tacos after. So it's just another cup of the Greek yogurt. And it calls for 1 clove of garlic, but these, I like lots of garlic, so these, I'm putting about maybe just around 2, I guess. Cloves. Using Himalayan salt, just a pinch of salt. Give it a stir, and then I'm going to put that in the fridge until we're ready to eat. Right, I'm going to make my pickled red onions. So it calls for 2 red onions. So I'm just going to I always get rid of the first layer. I don't like the first layer. And you're just going to slice them really thin. And I'll carry on. Okay, so I'm going to start to prepare the pickled onions liquid. So you're going to add 1 cup of white vinegar, 1.5 cups of water, the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of sugar, but the sugar seems to be a little bit different. I think it's not as refined as it is at home, so I'm adding about, between 1/2 and 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and a tablespoon of Himalayan salt. I'm going to put it over on the heat. You're supposed to bring it to a boil and simmer it just briefly. Turn the heat off right away, add your red onions, and let it cool down to room temperature. So I'm just going to put that on. About ready. I'm just going to turn off the heat. Add onions. And I'm just going to let them cool to room temperature, and then I'm going to put them in the fridge, and they're all ready to go. Right, the recipe says that you can actually make the pickled onions part, several days in advance, and I guess the flavor just increases the longer you have it in the marinade. I'll show you a little bit of my rooftop garden. Sage, trying to grow a few seeds here, some tomatoes and beets. basil plants are doing really good. And corn. Cucumber is the thing, which is really good because cucumber plants, man, this thing's grown. I can't believe how much this has grown just in the last couple days. Tomatoes, not so much. This was I planted it by seed and it came up really fast. Like I was really surprised, but yet it's just, the soil here is not that great, and it's, even though I've added fertilizer and stuff, it's still not growing very fast. There, I've got some more. I think that is zucchini. Those little guys there are actually watermelon growing right from a seed. More cucumbers. This tomato is doing a little bit better. And peas are like stunted. I think that's obviously, you can see. It's hilarious. I have a little pea on there, but that's only how big the plants are. I guess that's not something you want to grow in Mexico. Anyways, but I'm going to get some nice. There we go. Where I got to zoom in there. There we go. Yeah, see? Get some cucumbers happening. But yeah, so it's kind of fun. It's sort of on the rooftop of our house. There's our kind of our neighborhood here. It's a vacant lot behind us right now, which is kind of nice. And then we have a coconut grove. So hopefully nobody will ever build back there. But yeah, so it's kind of fun. I've started to cook some of my chicken. I preheated my air fryer for about 3 minutes, and then I put it on the chicken setting. And I'm just gonna, there's no recipe for this because the recipe actually calls for you to grill it on the barbecue or in a fry pan. But I thought this is a more simpler way for me to prepare it. And I'm just gonna reheat my corn tortillas. Put any oil in the pan, you just kind of heat it a little bit. Flip it over. Oh, they're just leftover French toast. I was going to give them to the chickens. Sorry.